Take a moment to truly see this child. There's a silent cry hidden deep within her eyes. And yet, she's one of the luckiest souls you'll ever meet. But do you know why? Because once, her own mother had upon her. Yes, you heard that right. Unable to repay a crushing debt, the mother left her daughter as collateral. A child held hostage by strangers. How could that ever be a blessing? How could any mother be forced to make such a heartbreaking choice? What kind of world makes a woman sacrifice her own child just to survive? Was it right? Was it fair? Absolutely not. But this story isn't just about pain. It's about resilience. It's about the extraordinary people who stepped in. It's about hope rising from the darkest corners. So today, let me share with you the chilling yet inspiring journey of an innocent little girl. A story that will shake your soul and warm your heart. The story begins with a young woman named Rose, who is fluent in both Chinese and Korean. Because of her bilingual skills, she works as a translator during high-level meetings between Chinese and Korean officials. Once her assignment wraps up, she receives a phone call from a man named Sandy. His voice carries urgency as he tells her that they've finally found the man they've been searching for over the past 10 years. Hearing this, Rose immediately heads out, and the narrative shifts into a flashback, taking us a decade into the past. We're introduced to a man named Sam, who works for an insurance company. His job isn't the usual desk work. It involves collecting overdue payments from clients who failed to repay their loans on time. His assistant, Sandy, is always by his side, helping him with these tough confrontations. One day, the two of them visit a woman who hasn't paid her EMI for the last 2 months. The woman isn't alone. Her little daughter is with her, and that child is none other than Rose. Sam confronts Rose's mother, insisting that she must pay the money immediately. If she can't, then she needs to hand over something valuable as collateral. Rose's mother tries to explain her situation with quiet desperation. She tells them she has nothing of value left. Her husband has passed away, and she just needs 1 more month. She promises to pay all 3 months' dues together next time. But Sam refuses to listen. Instead, he forcefully takes Rose with him, coldly stating that she can reclaim her daughter once the payment is made. Despite her pleas and attempts to stop him, Sam ignores her completely and walks away with Rose. Left behind, Rose's mother is devastated. Her heart aches with worry, and she becomes determined to arrange the money, no matter what it takes. Meanwhile, we see Rose. Sam gently tells her there's no need to be afraid. He assures her that he'll take good care of her and promises that once her mother brings the money, he'll send her back home. He brings Rose to his house and gives her a separate room to stay in. But Rose's eyes are filled with tears. Her heart longs to return to her mother and the comfort of her own home. At the same time, we're shown Rose's mother, who visits the garage where her husband used to work. She pleads with the owner, asking for any unpaid wages her husband might have left behind. She explains that she needs the money to pay off the loan, but the owner coldly replies, "There's nothing left for you here. Your husband took all the money and ran away with another woman." In fact, her husband didn't die. He had abandoned Rose and her mother, leaving them behind. Desperate, she begs the owner for a small loan, but he shuts her down completely. With a cruel smirk, he warns, "I know you escaped from China and are living here illegally. If you bother me again, I'll hand you over to the police." Heartbroken and helpless, Rose's mother walks away in despair. She heads to a nearby telephone booth and calls her uncle, asking him for financial help. Her uncle agrees to send her the money, but just then, police officers arrive outside the booth. The garage owner had already filed a complaint, exposing that she was living illegally in Korea. On the other side, we see Sam growing increasingly anxious. Rose's mother still hasn't shown up, and he begins to worry. He decides to take Rose back to her mom himself. But during the drive, something unexpected happens. Rose suddenly jumps out of the car and runs away. Sam and his assistant immediately chase after her, but she disappears from their sight. This leaves Sam deeply troubled and unsure of what to do next. Meanwhile, Rose finds her way back home, hoping to reunite with her mother. But the house is empty. Confused and scared, she has no idea where her mother could have gone. At the meantime, Sam arrives at the immigration department, searching for Rose's mother. He discovers that she's being held there. When they speak, her first question is about Rose. She wants to know how her daughter is doing. Sam reassures her, saying Rose is perfectly fine. But in reality, she doesn't know that Rose has gone missing and hasn't been found yet. Rose's mother, sensing the gravity of the situation, gives Sam her uncle's phone number. She tells him to contact her uncle, who will provide the money. Once the payment is made, she asks Sam to hand Rose over to him. With a heavy heart, she admits that she may never see her daughter again, as the authorities are preparing to send her back to China. Before Sam leaves, she hands him a few of Rose's belongings, small tokens of love and memory. Sam walks away, now more determined than ever to find Rose, no matter what it takes. While walking along the street, Sam unexpectedly finds Rose. She's wandering alone, desperately searching for her mother. The moment she sees Sam, she breaks down in tears and asks him where her mom is. Sam, unable to tell her the painful truth, lies and says her mother has already returned to China and won't be coming back. He gently tells her that she'll now have to stay with her uncle, who will be arriving soon to take her in. Hearing this, Rose is devastated. She longs to be with her mother, to feel her presence again, but Sam knows there's nothing he can do to change the situation. Seeing Rose in such pain deeply affects him. He brings her back to his home and, in an effort to lift her spirits, takes her to the mall. There, he buys her new clothes and gifts, little things that bring a smile to her face. Slowly, Rose begins to feel comfort in his presence and starts living with him. In Sam, she sees the father figure she never had. And for Sam, Rose begins to feel like the daughter he never knew he needed. Their bond grows stronger, and they find happiness in each other's company. But soon, the day arrives when Rose's uncle comes to take her away. Rose doesn't want to leave. She clings to Sam, but he's powerless to stop it. Before she goes, Sam gifts her a CD player, knowing how much she loves listening to music. When her uncle arrives, Rose refuses to recognize him. He brushes it off, saying it's been a long time and she probably doesn't remember him. He hands Sam the money owed by Rose's mother and takes Rose with him. After Rose leaves, Sam feels empty. In just a few days, he had grown deeply attached to her. She reminded him of the daughter he never had, and now, without her, he finds no joy in his work. He constantly thinks about her and begins calling her uncle, asking to speak with Rose. But each time, her uncle makes excuses. Sam tries again and again, but he's never allowed to talk to her. This raises suspicion in his mind. Determined to find out the truth, Sam traces the address linked to the uncle's phone number and goes straight to his house. He demands to see Rose. At first, her uncle dodges the question, but when Sam presses him firmly, the truth comes out. He confesses that he sold Rose. Sam asks where she is now, but the uncle says he doesn't know. He handed her over to an agent. Hearing this shatters Sam. The pain of losing Rose and the betrayal of someone who was supposed to protect her leaves him heartbroken. We now see Rose in a heartbreaking situation. She's working at a club, forced into labor, despite being just a little girl. The environment is harsh, and the pain she endures is visible in her eyes. But one day, a glimmer of hope appears. She still has Sam's phone number. When she finds a chance, she calls him and shares the truth about her condition. Hearing her voice and the suffering behind it, Sam is deeply shaken. He immediately asks for the name of the place where she's being held. Rose, struggling but determined, manages to tell him the name of the club. Without wasting a moment, Sam rushes there. When he finally sees Rose, his heart breaks. Her fragile state fills him with rage and sorrow. Tears well up in his eyes, and Rose, too, becomes emotional upon seeing him. They run into each other's arms, holding tight as if trying to erase all the pain they've endured. Just then, the club owner arrives. Sam's anger boils over. He grabs the owner by the neck. Though he could lash out, he restrains himself and speaks with firm resolve. He tells the owner that whatever amount she paid to acquire Rose, he will return it in full by tomorrow. For now, he's taking Rose with him, and with that, he drives away. The next day, Sam sells his car to gather the money and pays the club owner every last cent. Then, he takes Rose to his school, hoping to enroll her and give her a fresh start. But the teachers explain that they can't admit her because she's from China. However, if a Korean citizen adopts her, she could be accepted. Without hesitation, Sam decides to adopt Rose. From that moment on, Rose officially becomes his daughter. The joy they feel is indescribable. Rose had already seen Sam as her father, and now, Sam embraces her as his own child. Their bond, once forged in pain, now blossoms into a beautiful relationship filled with love and hope. Years pass, and Rose blossoms into a remarkable young woman. She's incredibly intelligent and consistently ranks at the top of her college. Her achievements fill Sam with pride. He loves her deeply and cherishes every moment of watching her grow. But one day, Sam receives heartbreaking news. Rose's biological mother, who had been deported back to China by the Korean government, is now gravely ill. Her condition is critical, and she may not survive much longer. Her final wish is to see her daughter one last time. Without hesitation, Sam takes Rose to China to fulfill that wish. When Rose's mother sees her, joy floods her heart. She's overwhelmed with gratitude, especially seeing how well Sam has raised her daughter. She thanks him sincerely for giving Rose the life she couldn't. In that emotional moment, she reveals something that shakes Sam to his core. Rose's father is still alive and living in Korea. She asks Sam to help Rose meet him at least once. Sam is stunned. All these years, he believed Rose's father had passed away, but he promises her mother that he will make sure Rose meets him. Deep down, though, the thought of losing Rose tears him apart. He can't imagine a life without her. Every penny he's earned has been saved for Rose's future, for her wedding, for her career, her dreams. After returning to Korea, Sam begins searching for Rose's father. Eventually, he discovers where the man lives. He takes Rose to that place and introduces her to her biological father. Then, quietly, he walks away. Tears fill his eyes as he imagines Rose choosing to stay with her real father. The pain of separation grips his heart. But soon, Sam receives a call from Rose. Her voice is steady and full of love. She tells him, "You are my real father. You've raised me since I was a child. No one else can ever take your place. I'm waiting for you, Dad. Please come and get me." Hearing this, Sam's heart lights up. He jumps on his bike and sets off to bring her home. Tragically, on the way, Sam suffers a stroke. His health had been deteriorating for a long time, but he never paid attention to it. He had always put Rose first, saving every bit of money for her future. The stroke causes a serious accident, and after that, Rose and Sam's assistant, who is also her close friend, have no idea where Sam has gone. Years pass, and the story returns to the present. Rose receives a phone call from Sam's assistant, Sandy. His voice carries a mix of relief and urgency. He tells her they've finally found him. He's talking about Sam. Without wasting a moment, Rose sets out to see him. She arrives at a mental hospital, where she meets with a doctor. The news is heartbreaking. Sam has lost his memory. He can't recognize anyone. The doctor explains that his condition had worsened over time, and if he had received treatment earlier, he might have recovered fully. But now his mind isn't the same. The doctor then shows Rose and Sandy a diary. On every single page, Sam has written Rose's name. It's a silent testament to how deeply she's etched into his heart. Rose and Sandy go to meet Sam, but Sam sits quietly, staring out the window, unaware of who they are. While there, Rose finds something tucked inside Sam's socks, a bank passbook. She opens it and discovers that Sam had saved every bit of his money for her wedding and future career. He never spent a dime on his own health. Seeing this, Rose is overwhelmed with emotion. Tears fill her eyes as she embraces him tightly. She whispers, "You've taken care of me since I was a child. Now it's my turn. I'll take care of you." Rose brings Sam home and begins looking after him with love and devotion. Time passes, and the day of Rose's wedding finally arrives. It's the one dream Sam had always held close, to see Rose get married and live a joyful life. That day, Rose is glowing with happiness. She holds Sam's hand and walks him toward the stage. The crowd erupts in applause, and then something miraculous happens. Sam calls Rose his daughter. His memory has returned. He remembers everything: the years they spent together, the bond they built, the love they shared. Rose is overjoyed. Though her biological parents may be someone else, no one in this world could have done for her what Sam did. His love, his sacrifices, and his unwavering care made him her true father. And with this deeply moving moment, the story reaches its final chapter. A journey that began with pain and separation ends in love, healing, and reunion. Rose and Sam remind us that family isn't just about blood. It's about the people who choose to stand by us, love us, and never let go. We hope this story stirred your soul, made you reflect, and stayed with you long after the screen fades to black. If this story touched your heart, then don't forget to support our channel. Your one like, one comment, and one share helps us bring more such meaningful stories to life. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story that speaks to your soul. Thank you for being part of this emotional ride. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep believing in the power of love.